You know, people may ask, why do we do all this work for a deer?
It's 100 degrees, it's hot, it's muggy, bugs everywhere, got ticks all over me, deer flies, everything like that. It's a tough place to be.
I really don't know. It's just something that I can't explain. We're passionate about it. It's just in my blood. It's just in my blood.
I guess one of the most rewarding parts about the land improvement is when you put in your hard time and sweat and make food plots, bedding areas, and then you get your trail cameras out and you start seeing it work and it all comes together. You can create funnels, pinch points, and it's just pretty rewarding to see all that come together and get to harvest deer like it.
And the adrenaline that shoots through your veins when that big buck finally comes out, it's that moment you've been waiting on all year, and when it finally happens, it almost takes your breath.
Dude. Holy crap.
Right, I mean, we gotta pick the stand up anyway and level it a little bit the way it's settled. But there's no doubt if we pick up that whole stand and we bring it out to, you know, the corner of it to about here. We were just working on some TSI, opening up some shooting lanes. But the next stage of this, right in this little hardwood funnel behind us, is we're gonna come in and you can see where, you know, over the years we'd cleared this plot and we didn't have the equipment here in place to be able to totally clear it. So you can see we've got, you know, stumps here, you know, that haven't, you know, disintegrated to the extent that we could plow over them. So we've been working around that. No telling how many times we've tore up a tiller or a plow probably on some of these stumps. So while we've got some clearing guys here on site, select thinning that's going on, we're gonna have them come through and pop out some of these old stumps. And we're gonna reach in and grab a lot of the stuff that's been piled up right in here within 100 yards of this blind setup, pull that out, do some burning, clean that up, and really open up these arteries for these deer that are funneling through from that pond, and it's a great water source, into the plot, into the bean field or corn field, whatever it is that's rotated on the crop in this field, and on both sides right here. There's a lot of travel patterns from bedding, it's very thick over on that side, kind of open hardwoods on this side, and this is a great pinch point right here for us to be able to articulate. So we're gonna clean it up, get it into premium state, get ready for the fall.
The new technology that we have nowadays that I'm not very good with, as far as measuring out the food plots, the seed, the amount of fertilizer.
To the exact, basically, you know, foot or acreage is very important. And it's something we can do for our clients because, you know, we can share our onyx with them and it makes them feel more involved.
We've got a timber project that we just commenced here this summer at Indian Point. And there's a couple of reasons why we wanted to go in and do a select thin and do a little deeper thin and some TSI in certain areas. You know, one of the reasons, of course, is the business side of it. When you buy a piece of property, you know, you go into it, you have to invest quite a bit of money, maybe you borrow some money, maybe you got some payments on it. So when you come into it, you look at timber value and you think about, you know, are there some ways that we can harvest some money, some capital out of the timberland while improving the timber stand, improving the long-term outlook of the value of the property, even though we are going to be cutting and removing, you know, some dollars and cords of timber. And so not only is it a bang for your buck in a lot of cases, it can be a bang for the habitat and it can be a bang for the wildlife.
Our logger has been doing a great job leaving a lot of natural cover. A lot of people will hinge cut, which is great because the tree continues to live. But for us, when we're select thinning, he's leaving a lot of tree tops, which is really key. They can't use that. It provides no value to your overall profit margin on the piece, and it leaves a lot of cover. It fosters the growth of the plants under it. It gives them something to grow on, almost like a lattice. And then also all the underbrush is coming through with the daylight. We have this specific breed that grows in our draws. It's similar to Kentucky grass, but that's been a great addition as well with the new sunlight coming through.
Oh yeah, something always does go wrong. You'll have equipment failures. It's never a dull moment with Cameron and Keeler. We have a ball.
I'd have to say I've been good the last 2 days, but our first time planting here on the farm, I have messed up many a tractor. I found a ditch while I was bush hogging, got stuck for a couple hours there, broke some pins, obviously off the appendages for the tractor.
So now everything goes to plan. I dropped my clover off the back of the Polaris, go to get it, look up, Polaris is in the ditch. So now I gotta use the other Polaris to pull it out with the winch, back up at the same time. Not good for me. Thank God.
There's always an issue, but always a challenge to overcome.
Got it figured out? All right, turn it off. You know where the key is?
Sir?
You know where the key is? Turn it off. There you go. You got that thing figured out, huh? All right, hold on. Stand right there and I'll take a picture. Oh, yeah? I noticed. All right, here, I'm taking your snap.
Yeah, growing up, I had great mentors and, family, uncles and friends that took me hunting, did things with me. First deer that I harvested was a little spike, but I remember it like it was yesterday. It could not have been more exciting had it been a 20 point. I'm very blessed that Keeler was able to experience that same sort of thing.
What? Get our hand slowly. Slow. Oh, there you go.
Get out of here.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Next thing you know, you're grown up and then you're hunting by yourself again.
I'm sure I was very impatient, always trying to play on his phone. I remember every time I'd try to get on his little BlackBerry and play Tetris, playing it the whole time. And just him taking me out there really showed he cared, and it fostered one of my biggest passions right now, which is hunting and land management and taking care of what God's given us.
So I do have a lot of fond memories of Keeler growing up and being an avid hunter, but on the working side of it, Keeler from day one has enjoyed the work. Anytime we've had work to do and it was related to improving the outdoors or giving him an opportunity on some wild game harvest, he has been all about it and put in those weeks and months of work when we would allow him to or when he had time available to do it, and proud of him for that.
Too much and he talks too loud, but I don't mind, 'cause I'm finding now that even if it's just time we're killing, it's never felt more like living. They'll make you cuss and win.
So when you're sitting there in the tree and all of a sudden the buck's closing in and your bones start rattling and you feel like you can't even breathe, it takes your breath. And when that moment happens, you know it's all worth it.